It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, once again to confer special honors on David Courchene. He will be introduced by Dr. Ian Morrow, Geography Professor. Chancellor, David, and Dr. Ian Morrow, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Elder Dave Courchene, who will receive an Honorary Doctor of Laws. Elder Dave Courchene, Nigani Aki Inini, or Leading Earthman, is a respected elder and knowledge keeper of the Anishinaabe Nation who has devoted his life to environmental stewardship. From lighting the sacred fire at the United Nations Earth Summit in 1992 to sharing the stage with spiritual leaders, including the Dalai Lama, Courchene's leadership has had and continues to have global influence. He is founder of Turtle Lodge International Center for Indigenous Education and Wellness, one of the most important gathering places for Indigenous peoples in Canada. He is deeply respected as an elder who inspires dialogue and cross-cultural understanding between Indigenous knowledge keepers and Western-trained scientists. His knowledge of climate change has inspired notable figures and institutions, from ministers to judges and media to museums, to consider Indigenous teachings and make a collective commitment to future generations. Elder Courchene has contributed deeply to the University of Winnipeg, helping to guide the personal and professional journeys for professors like me, as well as students like Laura Cameron, who will be graduating here today. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Elder Dave Courchene the degree of Honorary Doctor of Laws for the vital role he has played in promoting peace, cultural understanding, and environmental sustainability, both in our province and globally.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit you, David Courchene, to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Doctor? You have to sign to make it official.
Ujo, anin, dine magnetot, nigani kinene, nene, digo, kinyo, dotem, sagging donji. I must say that I'm feeling very, very overwhelmed here right now to be in the presence of so many celebrating their successes. I want to begin by offering gratitude to the Great Spirit for all that I was given to help me walk the path that I was chosen to walk. I especially want to thank my family, my friends, and all those that have supported and walked with me. Thank you to the University of Winnipeg for this honor. This path has been about the way of my ancestors, who set an example for all of us on how they loved the land so much. The ancestors always understood the land as their mother here, loving her and treating her with the respect and reverence that we owe her as a life-giving being that she is. She is the best example of the expression of full unconditional love. We owe our very existence to Mother Earth. I believe, as the original free and independent peoples of our homeland, we have a destiny to fulfill. And that is to share our understanding and of a way of life with our brothers and sisters who have arrived on our homeland. And part of our duty and responsibility as the people to share that there are rules of conduct that we all be responsible for in taking care of Mother Earth. The time has arrived that we must face the reality of what we have done to the earth and what we have done to each other. What we have done to the earth, we have done to ourselves. Each of us is very important in moving forward. We live in a world today that is in need of a greater understanding of our existence as human beings. We all have a universal purpose, which is to take care of the earth and to take care of each other. Good leadership is essential, and we all have the capacity to be leaders. Our message as a people has always been to inspire our brothers and sisters that the answers that we all seek lie within each of us, in our spirit. The wisdom keepers understood that the most important part of our nature as human beings is the spirit. Spirit is the essence of all creation. Spirit is what defines our identity. Our spiritual identity is very much connected to all of creation and the land. All of us have a spirit that comes complete with original instructions that define our purpose, our duties, and responsibilities as human beings. The beginning of understanding spirit is to know that the earth is a living entity with her own spirit. Mother Earth holds a living intelligence that can help all of us define our spiritual identity. The earth has natural laws that we must support if we are going to survive. One of the most important laws our ancestors followed as a people is called Ogichitibakonigeren, meaning the great binding law of the Great Spirit. Under this law, everyone and everything is held together and governed by spiritual laws and natural laws. Laws that are woven into the fabric of creation and written upon the earth. Every unique life form has been given an identity with purpose and meaning and responsibilities. These spiritual and natural laws apply universally to every one of us, whether we believe it or not. I am constantly reminded of my grandmother. Her name was Waskone, meaning she was a being of a shining light. And as a young child, she kept telling me this and reminding me, Maya Chayayim Gijayadiziwen, meaning the most important way we can live and act is in kindness. When we act in kindness, it ensures an abundance in life. Ultimately, it ensures our survival. Our ancestors understood the law of the circle. And yes, what you put into your circle, nature returns to you. Some of the most serious issues we are facing today are climate change, nuclear proliferation, and religious and racial intolerance. If we go to the root of the problem, These issues come from our lack of living our spiritual identity, which comes with duties and responsibilities. The true source of higher intelligence is found in the spirit, and it is found on the land. When we connect with the spirit of the land, it helps us to connect with our own spirit. When this happens, we regain the memory of our own identity. We remember our purpose and our responsibilities to life. We remember the land, because the land teaches us how to be kind, how to love. Walking in spirit is living in oneness with all of creation. Walking in spirit is feeling the love of the land, and you become that love. Walking in spirit is sharing love and kindness toward your fellow human beings and all of creation. Walking in the spirit of kindness creates an alliance with nature. Nature becomes our ally when we follow her laws. So much we have created as man is not working for us. We must work together to rebuild a new world that has a spiritual foundation of values that is in harmony with nature's laws. We must seek the counsel of nature to find the solutions to climate change and to all the challenges that we are facing in our world today. The true liberation lies when you are able to go within yourself, within ourselves, to connect with your own spirit. This is when we experience the inclusiveness with creation. We hear the voice of the land and creation that gives us the voice of what to say, what to do, and how to live. The purpose and meaning of our human existence simply means living from the heart, reflecting unconditional love and kindness for all of life. Can we move forward in this spirit? Are you a person of the heart? Only you can answer that. Only you can hear the voice of your own heart that will guide you to always do the right thing. Our future rests within each of us. We all have the capacity to be leaders, connected with the forces of nature. Leadership is about serving, about putting the needs of the earth and the people before your own. The purpose of life is to serve life, to serve the law of the Great Spirit. We need each other as living beings. We feel really good when we are in the space of inclusiveness and togetherness, because we draw the spirit of creation, the beauty of the sun, the beauty of the moon, the beauty of the trees, the beauty of the stars. When we are in nature, all of a sudden we feel a part of it. We feel a part of the land. What is so profound about all of this is that you never feel alone in this space. Being in the space of inclusiveness, we realize we need each other more than ever to build a world that is built on unconditional love, that serves all life, and our greatest desire as human beings is really to love and to be loved. More than ever, we must find the courage to be able to put our children back into the center of our lives and have the courage to tell them the truth of what we have done to the land and what we have done to each other. It will be the young people like yourself today that are celebrating a part of success in your life. You must be able to join in fulfilling the prophecy of the indigenous people here that we call Turtle Island. It was prophesied that it would be here on Turtle Island that the truth would be revealed, and it would be led by the indigenous people of their homeland. That did not mean that it would be a political leadership. It would be a leadership that would reflect the voice of the heart and the voice of the land. And we all have that opportunity to be a part of being a people that can change the world. And I fully believe this, that we have that opportunity today to come together, to unite, and consider what is most important in life. It's not material things. It's the things that make us happy. And what makes us happy is living the truth of our own spiritual identity as a people that define your gifts, that define how you can serve the will of Spirit and create a better world. I am so overwhelmed by this honor. I know that the honor that I am being given here today, I must acknowledge all those that stood beside me in order to be able to carry the voice that I heard from the land, that I heard through my dreams, that I heard from the Spirit itself. And we all have the capacity to be able to hear that voice. And it begins by listening to the voice of your own heart. Thank you. Jimmy West. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. David Courchene, for sharing your wisdom and insight with our graduating class and encouraging us to walk in spirit and to seek counsel from nature.